Good morning, it's Monday and this is my journey on my route to Bergen City Marathon 2026. Started the day, got up at 6:45 this morning just to get the easy treadmill run done, and did that 45 minutes. The average heart rate was 138. I was supposed to be about 135, but I kind of misread the description. I thought there was a hard cap on 150 beats per minute, but it wasn't. It was supposed to be 140 beats per minute. It was the hard cap, but lessons learned again. I mean, it's fine. Still an easy enough run. It was nice to get back out running properly. I mean, obviously last week I didn't really do too much, so nice to get that run done early in the morning before work. If I can, I will do. I've got to do the early runs because I've got the strength training tonight, and then if I was doing a 45-minute treadmill run and then strength conditioning afterwards, time gets on, and then by the time you eat and kind of refuel, it's getting quite late, and I've got an early start tomorrow, so it's nice to kind of get that all done and out of the way, basically. So little quick thing about the Monday, that will do. I'll catch you after, well, basically probably the Wednesday interval session. Tuesday's always a rest day, yeah? Love it. I'll catch you guys later. Good evening, it's Wednesday. Just doing a quick warm-up now for my interval session. I'm running with the running group today, but I like to do my own little bit of a warm-up first. We do a warm-up, but I kind of want to get some strides in as well on that. So the plan was actually going to be 6 times 5 minutes at a heart rate of 158, but the group that I'm running with, a lot of field opener, we're going to be doing 8 times 5 minutes. So I was chatting away with Chat GPT, and it all said, yep, do that, but this is what we're going to do. So the heart cap is 158, so it's not excessively high, but it's just kind of getting my body used to running at that pace, because eventually that will be the marathon pulse when I do the Bergen City Marathon. So I'll just continue to warm up and then we'll get the session going. So I'm at the back of the group, just on that warm up.
Heart rate high, 145.
The watch is telling me my heart rate's too high, but we just slowly plod on to a little bit more for the warm up before we hit the session. So yeah, back from the Wednesday interval session, running with the group of Loddefjord Løperne. Basically it was 13.76 kilometers, and the watch kind of registered 1 hour 24 minutes and that, but obviously only 40 minutes of that was actually quality reps as such, and the rest was like kind of cool down or recovery and the warm up. The warm-up was always a little bit more extended than the cool-down as such. Bitterly cold in that tunnel. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of like -5 outside anyway. But yeah, it was so cold and in that tunnel. But it was great to do the session in there. There's no trouble with ice anywhere in that tunnel, so it was good. There's plenty of people using this tunnel. It's a 3 kilometer tunnel, and that, so you get a lot of cyclists and even like the people practicing their like cross country skiing on the thing, like on wheels. They were going up and down as well. So it was great. So basically, what we did was kind of went into the middle of the actual tunnel, then come back towards like the entrance again, where we were starting, and then we kind of did 2 sessions going down, or going one way, and then we did 2 sessions on the way back, and then basically 2 sessions back that way and back that way. So that was our 8 doing it there, and it kind of it's not a flat tunnel as such. There's gradient in there. So you can kind of see, and it was 158 beats per minute for me. It's slow. It's under my lactate threshold, and that's what Chat GTP, GPT kind of says as well. And so it wants me to kind of get used to this this heart rate and all of that lot, and then over time, I'll get quicker anyway. But at the same heart rate, or that's the idea. But it just seemed slow, you know what I mean? Or in that sense of like, you think of an interval session, and everybody is kind of like huffing and puffing, and that as they're really kind of putting the effort in. And there's me. I mean, I'm at the back of the group, and that, you know, so they all go flying off, and then obviously when we turn around, they come flying past me because I was at the back. You know what I mean? Because we're going back the other way again, and then like I said, they're all huffing and puffing, and you mean I didn't even feel that it's a tempo kind of run, or you mean a comfortable being uncomfortable, or trying to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and things like that is how I put runs like this in the past. But it wasn't that of an effort to kind of get me uncomfortable. So you mean I understand the process. It's difficult to do it, but then, like I said before, this is really throwing it in where I've got to be made accountable for my heart rate discipline. And I know it's only Chat GPT, but when you type it in and it sends the data and it sends it back saying, oh, you need to get more disciplined, or you've overshot the mark or whatever, and all that lot, I mean, it makes you accountable. And that's kind of what I like about all of this, yeah, that I'm being accountable. So, I mean, we got all these runs done now, or that basically the interval session done, and that was great. I mean, I can come away and Chat GPT was really kind of happy with how the session went, and how we're building up on the process and all that lot. You know, I mean, the numbers aren't magnificent. You know, I mean, my average pace kind of goes between, say, basically 5 minutes and 2 seconds up into 5 minutes 30. But there is, like I say, a bit gradient in there anyway. So that kind of does come into it. But I mean, the average heart rate, I mean, that was going between 151 and 155. So as an average, I mean, the maximum I was, you know, I mean, a couple of times hitting 161, 162. So, but I wasn't staying there, which is obviously what the Chat GPT can see that on the graphs that I give it and all of that lot. So it's, you know, really happy with how we kind of executed it, knowing that when I did kind of hit the high, you know, the high numbers on the heart rate, that I kind of backed off a little bit or whatever. So, you mean, treating it properly and really kind of going. So, you mean, that's basically a good take on a Wednesday interval session. So, happy with that. Thursday, always a rest day after the interval sessions. That's a Lee Grantham thing, and that's kind of what I'm following through. And that. So then the next run will be on Friday, which will be a recovery run. So that'll be maximum heart rate of about 135, I think. So very difficult again, but I'm guessing that will probably, I'll fix that onto the treadmill for now. Until it kind of gets a little bit warmer outside a bit. I don't want to be a treadmill runner, but when I'm dealing with these kind of paces, I kind of need to keep it a little bit disciplined, and I can do the discipline on the treadmill, and it's a bit easier on that. So basically all that I need to do now is I'll take a protein shake. I will kind of go into a little bit more of some supplements that I do take now. Basically a creatine, and I take a protein supplement. Basically, after I take the protein supplements only on quality sessions. So you know, just the Wednesday interval session and the Sunday long run, just to kind of help the recovery side of things. I'm not looking to bulk or anything like that. It's just all to the process of recovery and that. So that ends the midweek one. Nice, short and sweet, hopefully. But yeah, getting through week 5, and I will obviously update you for the rest of the week on the Sunday one. So enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll catch you guys later.